We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
What happened at the stadium?
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
Tell me it was the Fatui. Because I need to know that. You know the Pirate Archon's battle against the captain as well as her sacrifice.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's what I keep saying, but Mavuika keeps ignoring me.
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble.
Yeah, but now more people know. The more people who know, the higher the chance that it's going to get out there. I mean, I'm not going to be the one who says anything.
Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before.
You already apologized.
You have so much on your plate.
Why are you doing it again?
So much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
Yeah, it was real selfish of you, Moalani.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
If this does not involve a trip to the Night Kingdom, I'm going to rage. Am I in your inner lair? This feels invasive. You're in a bed.
What is
I
this
saw.
place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is
Oh, it's
where
a
I
storage
store
room.
all
Okay.
the various mementos I've collected.
How old are you, by the way, Mavuika? Obviously, you're not 500 years old, and there were multiple fire icons before you. I'm sorry, pyro archons before you in those 500 years. So how long have you actually had the title, and how old are you?
Whoa. I've never seen this place before.
Why would you? You're not buddy
There's
buddy
so
with the
many
archon.
things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes. And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime.
Can you be specific about the ceremony? Sorry, I'm trying to also Google on my phone at the same time about how old Mavuika is. The first website says, the current Pyro Archon is Mavuika, who happens to have been the Pyro Archon 500 years ago. They literally told me that's not true. They literally said there have been multiple Pyro Archons since then. Or have I somehow just misunderstood the dialogue that was given to me? The dialogue specifically said that, I swear. Right? I'm not losing my mind or misinterpreting. Hey, this picture on the official wiki actually is this room. What do you know? Anyway, do you have a time or a history? I'm scrolling. Yes, you will have to stop and wait while I read through all this. Yeah, okay. Not really. Excuse me, ads. Can you piss off? Thank you. I'm trying to read. Okay, this website was useless. It told me nothing. Ooh, what about trivia? Da, 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 da. Ooh, she was raised as a member of the Signs of the Canopy before ascending to the position of Pyro Archon. Interesting. Oh, she apparently gives us more context. Okay. That's great. Okay, that's all random trivia that doesn't really matter. No, you're not going to tell me how long she's been in existence for. Well, you know, that's kind of rude. I really just wanted to know how old she was. Who is the youngest Archon? Mavuika may be 20 to 40 years old. Or 500 plus years old, depending on whether you decide to pause the time on her life. Okay, I don't know what that means. Is Mother Weaker 500 years old? Someone else asked this question. That says that she is. I don't know. I swear that they literally said that there were multiple Pyro Archons since then. Yet this video on YouTube is called 5.0, Mavawika's 500-year plan to save Natlan Explained, which would mean that she's been in power for 500 years. But that can't be true because... Oh, well, actually, no, that can be true because the other one would have died at the 500-year mark and then she would have came in since then. But I swear they said there'd been multiple ones before her in that 500-year period. Maybe they were speaking about of all time, not the 500-year period, but I thought that's what they were referencing. Whatever. I have let you guys sit on the screen for long enough. Next.
If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Oh, yeah. So this ritual, is this the Ode of Resurrection or is this the ritual to send me to the Night Kingdom? Because I'm still very confused on what we're doing here. Because I don't trust you to make the plot go the way you said it would. And I have a feeling you're just going to like hand wave it. So can you just tell me what we're doing?
All right, we'll have a look.
Okay, well, I guess we're doing this first. Yansan.
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example, it's heavier than it looks.
It's a horn. I suppose they drank from horns back in the day. Not Nutland, though. What about that hammer in the back? Can I get the history of the hammer? Looks neat. Looks colourful. I like colourful. Observe jar. Oh, I was looking at the sensor, actually. But okay, we can look at that.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab.
They sound cool. Can we visit them? Can we go in the place of Kanich?
Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor.
That's great. I don't know who that is.
The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
What does it represent?
Ooh, must be something really cool.
That
What's
was
inside?
really creepy, Paimon. Please don't ever do that again.
Grape juice.
Oh, I love it.
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
Honestly, it was my first thought. Why didn't you drink it all before it went off? You twit. I'm not talking to Mavwika. I'm looking at this shit. These are obviously
talisman.
These are obviously talismans belonging to dead people.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle.
This reminds me of Watatsumi, even though it's a completely different plant. The colors are reminiscent of Watatsumi Island. Oh, that's it. Very exciting. Observe fishing equipment.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he staked his honor.
I'm sorry. I totally was not paying attention to what we were discussing here. I was thinking back to that YouTube video that was saying that Mavwika had a 500-year plan to save her kingdom or her whatever. And it keeps occurring to me, why do the Archons never talk to one another? Yeah, okay, you had your Archon War, been and gone, 2 of them survived. We've moved on from there. We have had a different set of Archons since then, except for the 2 that survived. Why do you not correspond? Why do you not get together? Why do you not all come together to come up with a plan to beat back the abyss? Since it seems like it's a problem universally, and it's been a problem since Conrail, why do you all avoid having a grown-up discussion about it? I just don't get it. I get that every nation has their own internal problems. You know, like Fontaine had the big prophecy about the whole water, and, you know, Farina wasn't the real Archon and, you know, had this big massive plan. And, you know, I get that there was shit that was real in everybody else's countries. But other than Fontaine, I feel like everybody should have come together and had this kind of discussion because it seems really, really important. And it seems like it's becoming a bit too late to fix the problem. It feels like this is something that should have been in the works for these 500 years. And just getting together to talk about it now is probably not going to fix it.
So, did he do it?
That just reminds me of Chicago. Did you do it? Nuh-uh, not guilty. I hate that movie. I just like the song.
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss.
And it attacked him.
He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again.
And that's why he gave you his fishing equipment.
Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
That's sad. I'm saddened by that tale.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself.
Still getting distracted and not paying attention to the story at hand. I was just thinking about hair color and Archons. They've been relatively natural hair colors right up until Farina. No, not even Farina. She's got white hair. Mavuika's the first one to have crazy hair. Venti. His hair's like black-blue, right? Yeah, it's got light streaks through it, but essentially it's just a dark, naturalish color. Then you have Zhongli. His hair's brown. Then you have A, Raiden Shogun. Her hair is technically purple, but I'm just seeing that as a slight tinge of black, which is the color of her people's hair. Then you have, who do we have next? Nahida. She has white hair. It's perfectly natural. I mean, not usually on young people, but it's essentially a natural hair color. And then there's Farina, also has white hair with blue bits. God, I'm doubting people's hair colors now. It's like I have to see them in front of me, but I mean, essentially, yeah, her hair is white. Natural, quotation marks, natural hair color. And then you come to Mavuika, and it's like, okay, you start with red, which natural, I guess. I mean, not usually that shade of red, but natural. But then you have the weird patterns in her hair, and then it sort of goes to this weird shade of like yellow and orange, and it's like, everybody else had really natural colored hair before you. You just sort of broke the rules, and I don't know that I'm vibing with it. I mean, your hair looks cool, objectively speaking, but it doesn't match the previous Archons. I mean, I'm ignoring her outfit. I've said enough about her outfit. That's why I was only focusing on her hair. Yeah, it just feels like her hair doesn't match the other Archons.
In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Not necessarily. Just because you have the tools doesn't mean you know how to use them.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
Pass. I don't like fishing. It's barbaric and boring. It's one thing if you're going to eat them, but I don't want to be a participant in that shit. Mulani.
This fishing basket looks familiar.
Riveting. Jessica.
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care of plants, Archon.
It's definitely... Whoa! Looks like it's up your alley. Did I miss anything? That's Ian's son. Belt.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
There's a lot that's bigger than Paimon's head.
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength.
Collective of Plenty.
This belt is a symbol of great honor within the tribe.
Okay.
The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even two people to lift, and even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds pointless.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
Yep. That's my thought process. Okay, so I missed that. So did I miss anything else? Shiny. Look for shiny. That's the jar. Excuse me. I'm just checking for shinies. Oh, no, that was a set. Here. Observe weapon. See, I missed stuff.
Whoa, this weapon is huge! Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch.
Ooh, photo,
a
photo,
hero
photo.
from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe.
We have Mavuika. Some chicken, some dude. 2 Yumkasaurs. I don't know if that's just her outfit, or if there is a creature I can't identify in front. I don't know. I can't tell. I want to know who these people are.
That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Oh, is that why you think that she's came from the Scions of the Canopy? Is because there are Yumkasaurs in that picture? Please tell me get more context than just that. Although that would be a good hint at a origin, if it's true.
Exiled?
It was a punishment imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved. When the Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle. And there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes
That's awesome.
and accomplished great feats throughout the war.
Yay, him.
Ultimately, he
Well,
perished.
of course he did.
And because he had already lost his ancient name,
Oh, no.
the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back.
Tragic. But hey, I think despite all that, he was quite the hero.
And so, he was laid to
What
rest.
was his name again?
Alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow. He sounds like a true hero.
Indeed, even now, his story is told throughout the land.
Except I don't remember what his name was because I was too busy focusing on the photo. Interesting. There is. No, or is that a person? Good God, I can't see. Oh no, it's a small child. She's holding a small child in her arms. Okay, so that's why you all think that she's from the Scions of the Canopy. It's because of Yumkasaurs. Fair enough. Is the small person a blood relative? Okay, we did the talismans, we did the fishing equipment, and that looks like that's all it's glittering. Okay, cool. Oh, that's a pretty shot.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer.
Powder? Question mark?
Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
No.
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot.
How is it any different from any other nation? Paimon, this is the 6th one you've been to. Each nation's been through a lot.
Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept,
I prefer it
almost
that
like
way.
a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future.
I don't like things that mess with time. I actually watched a Let's Play, completely irrelevant, I'm sorry. I watched a Let's Play of Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3, and it just seems like time goes weird. And Bloodborne, I'm currently working through watching Bloodborne. I'm glad I watched them and didn't play them, to be honest. Time just gets weird in dimensions and shit. I'm like, this is so not my vibe. I just like time to be straightforward. I don't like games or movies or anything to meddle with it. I don't like that. It's not a genre I like.
But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
Yes, I can't get behind that theory. I don't like that.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Mish isn't sure she wants to.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
Ooh, let me give you the most generic answer possible. I'd have to say all of them.
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with time. It's just your perception of things. Not even your perception of time, that's just your perception of the journey.
Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination.
Correct, but what does that have to do with your point?
The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it.
I disagree.
Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
Oddly enough, I don't know that it's been thrown around that much in this game, has it? I don't think it has.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Palmer doesn't sound convinced.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future.
No, I think we're just fine. Can you get to the point of this discussion? Because I'm not seeing it just yet. So ancient names record the past and the future.
Well, the pilgrimage and the
speaking.
Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss.
Hey, I suggested my plan and nobody took me up on it. That's not my problem anymore.
To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created the rules of Natlan.
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power.
As were all the Archons.
After he ascended to the divine
By stealing the
throne,
power of the dragon, yes.
he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan.
Why is Heavens called Renova? First time I've heard that word.
Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will awaken.
I'm sorry, Mavwika. Ever since I found out that being an Archon means having ripped the power away from the dragons, I just can't get behind this thought process. I honestly think y'all should all lose your powers and give it back to the dragons. Just saying.
In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
Sacred Flame will grant them significant knowledge. So it's, okay. I was going to say it's kind of like the Akasha terminal, kind of, in Sumeru.
So it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
We do talk about it.
Yes, that's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised.
What a happy family. Ooh, I like your mother's hair. Oh, she's got this stupid little okay thing. Hers looks more like a cowlick that sticks up. Your father looks quite stately close up.
I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close.
Paimon. Past tense. Past tense. Her family is long dead.
Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now.
They're dead.
It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
Her brain doesn't function, period.
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and he would sit on a blanket and eat it together.
It must be so weird, as the younger sister, growing old to become older than your older sister, and then, growing old and dying, and having your sister never age. That'd be weird.
One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians you were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot.
This is great, but I feel like you're really stagnating the momentum of this quest line. I appreciate information, I appreciate lore, I appreciate backstory, but I feel like everything for this particular act has just been densely thrown at you when we should be moving with the action. There is so much we should be doing, and it feels like, oh, the powder must set. Still don't know what fucking powder she's talking about, but it's like it's an arbitrary hurdle of time that's put in place just so we can do this lore dump. It doesn't feel organic. It doesn't feel like we're going with the action. It feels very stagnant, and I don't like it.
My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
You forgave him just like that?
Isn't that what being a family is all about?
Not really, no.
I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation. And experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
If you've been doing this for 500 years, can I make the argument that you're unlikely to remember something quite so vividly after all that time?
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
She's dead.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please.
Just abrupt subject change. Not that, hey, you idiot, this was hundreds of years ago. My family has long since crumbled to dust. Just, enough about me. Let's move on.
Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin.
So, I'm still very unclear on the matter here. Are we going to the Night Kingdom, or are we just grabbing her soul right here and now and shoving it into her body? I'm very confused about the specifics of what we're doing. We're doing a dramatic walk, I see. Your flamings are very pretty. Wasn't sure how close I had to get. That is not the direction I came from.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
This sounds like we're going somewhere. This sounds like we're not.
Am I hallucinating again?
Okay, so she does have the power to know her awareness of a situation.
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me.
What do you mean it almost killed you? You're already dead. Can you really die twice? What is this, Sekiro?
The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
So we are going to the Night Kingdom. Okay, this game is so not clear on its objectives. We are definitely going 100%. Let's go.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
She says while on the verge of tears.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
Applause seems a bit like an odd choice of words, but okay.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home.
For once, I'm not even mad at the crying. She is literally still just a child. I actually appreciate that she's finally acting in a way that's age appropriate.
Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me.
She's
I
such
don't
a wholesome
want it
character.
ever again.
You're making me feel emotions, Kachina.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have.
Yeah, just like you always have. Has she always done that? I don't know.
No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
She's very vehement on that fact.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Thank you.
Oop, we're wavering.
Be careful.
I will do my best. I make no promises, though.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical
Haha,
form.
finally someone answered me. So we are going in our physical bodies. It made the most sense, but it hadn't been explicitly stated. Okay, cool. Here and now, or do we do it from somewhere else?
This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I'm sorry, I was multitasking. I'm trying to order my food. The entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to... Okay, I mean, that's what we signed up for though, isn't it?
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
Isn't it what we signed up for?
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption.
Okay, I mean, sure. Koichi seems to be getting a lot of screen time.
That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
Why does it seem like everyone's on a personal level with this Archon, yet the Archon seems so distant from everybody? It feels weird. But yes, they did. Very much so.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
They very much did get into another argument.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
I mean, you're not even a playable character at this point. I mean, now there's Chuska, but we know she's about to be. I don't know you.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Moa Alani, I've been saying that for the last hour, and you've been ignoring me at every turn. You don't get to hustle me now when you're the one who's been slowing us down for this time.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support.
Almost like I saw that coming.
But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here.
Can you yank me out if it looks like we're in danger?
Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
Can we please be logical and pragmatic for a second and not just be proud? Can we plan for the instance that this could happen?
I hope not.
But, you didn't finish what you were saying. God damn it. Enter the underground ruins. Cool. Well, I am myself once more, which means I can get off. Where is that? Oh, I could have gone to the one over here. Oh, well, we're here now. Where is the distance? I'm going to get off now because I think we're going to get stuck into a very long piece of story. Yeah, it would have been quicker to go the other way, but... Well, actually, sorry, I was going to stop and then I kind of fell. Is it an opening there or am I misinterpreting the marking? I don't know. But we're certainly not making it up this cliff. Oh yeah, it looks like there's a barrier in front of it. Which we will just go through like a domain, I suppose. I'd a guess.
Here!
Thank you.
Let me help you pack this up.
Pack it up to take it there. Up again? No, here. We have arrived at our destination and I'm not getting closer to it.